Hi, boys and girls. I picked out a story to read. This is called Pete the Cat and his four groovy buttons. And guys, I am trying to get a hold of some different books, but I know you love Pete the Cat, so I know you won't care. Now, normally, Kimberly and James Dean write all the Pete the Cat stories, but this one is actually written by Eric Littman, but the art is by James Dean, and James Dean is the person who created the character Pete the Cat. So I guess he teamed up with his friend Eric, and they wrote this story together. All right, so there he is. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with four big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. My buttons, my four groovy buttons. My buttons, my four groovy buttons. And all of a sudden, pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Okay, there were four, so it's 4 minus 1. So let's see. If you have 4 and you take 1 off, now we have 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. It's 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Oh boy. 3? But Pete just said groovy. Pete never gets upset. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. And all of a sudden, pop! Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? So 3 minus 1. 3 take away 1. How many are left? 3 minus 1 equals 2. 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My 2 groovy buttons. My 2 groovy buttons. Now, oh boy, he's getting a treat. What did he get? Did the ice cream truck come? And Pete got a nice big ice cream cone. Laura, stop. Uh-oh. Pop! Oh, no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2 minus 1. 1 left. 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my one groovy button. My button, my one groovy button. That's a crazy song right there. Uh-oh. Pop! Oh, no. The last button popped off and rolled away. How many are left? 1. Take away 1 equals 0. Nothing. Lord, stop. 0. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Guys, I started the story 3 times because these dogs won't stop barking, and I'm just giving up. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? Let's see. Guess what he saw? Because his shirt isn't buttoned. He saw his belly button. Isn't that funny? And he kept on singing his song. So now he's like a surfer dude because his shirt's not buttoned up. It's all good, Pete said. My button, and I still have my belly button, I still have my belly button. That is a ridiculous story. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. And there's all those buttons that popped off. There they are. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Okay, say it with me. Buttons come and buttons go. There's just a bunch of buttons. Actually, if you can wait for me for 30 seconds, I'll show you something really cool. Hold on, I'll be right back. Don't click on, keep waiting, here I come. So guys, while I was reading this story, I got this super great idea. This is my button jar. And my grandmom always had a button box, and my mom always had a button box. So I have a button jar. And so I keep all the buttons that I find in here. And then that way, if anybody in my house, Mr. Krason or me or Carrie or Kelly or Skylar, if anybody needs a button, we go in here and we find one that matches. Well, I sew it on. Nobody else is sewing. I sew it on. But isn't that cool? So I just wanted to show you that, guys. I love you so much. I hope you're having a great day. Talk to you later.